All right, we're back again. Frank tomorrow with the last Chronicles of Planet Earth, moving right to my next report. And this report is very significant as well as the other reports are. But this one, most of you will probably recognize, even though you may not know Bible prophecy. And it has to do with Jerusalem. Now the prophet Zechariah in 12:3 wrote this, "And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it." And so we know that one of the signs that we should be looking for is Jerusalem to become that burdensome stone in the last days, which it has. And most of you know that today there is no peace agreement signed between the Arabs and Israel, and Jerusalem is one of the major problems that has hindered a Arab-Israeli peace agreement. And so there's another article today that I wanted to bring to your attention to show you that the road being paved for this prophecy right now, and you'll see the context. And when you get to my website, you'll be able to just click to this link, and obviously you'll be able to download what that link said. And so let me go over and turn to what it is from February the 29th, and the headline, "Peace can't be based on ignoring the truth about JM, or Jerusalem." It says, "Peace cannot be based on ignoring the truth," an Israeli government official said Sunday, in reaction to the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas's comments about the Arab-Islamic claims to Jerusalem. So there you go. Jerusalem is definitely in the news almost every single day. Abbas was speaking at an international conference, get rid of this here, an international conference of the defense of Jerusalem in Doha, Qatar. The Palestinian Mayan news agency quoting him as saying, "The Israeli occupation authorities are using the ugliest and the most dangerous means to implement plans to erase and remove the Arab, Islamic, and the Christian character of East Jerusalem, making no mention of the city's Jewish history." The Israeli official pointed out that at the 2000 Camp David negotiations between Prime Minister Ehud Barak and the Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, Arafat denied there was a Jewish temple in Jerusalem. And obviously anybody that knows the history knows that there was not just one temple, Jewish temple, but there was two of them, and the last one was destroyed in 70 AD under Titus, the Roman soldier, in control of that area at that time. And it goes on to say, saying that this was the reason he was not willing to make any compromises on the holy city. So you got the burdensome stone with the Palestinians, and they associate this with the lacking of their peace agreement between the Israelis and the Palestinians. "I hope that the current generation of the Palestinian leadership will not make the same mistake Arafat made," the official said. "If the Palestinian side continues with the position that denies reality, that totally neglects the Jewish rights, then there can be no basis for peace and coexistence." So this will bring us to the other prophecy that is meant for our generation. Paul in 1 Thessalonians 5:3 said, when they're talking peace and safety, sudden destruction will come. And now you're talking about the breakdown of the peace process, how they're not going to be able to coexist, and that's going to lead, it's obviously going to lead to another attack against Israel. That attack will fulfill, as I said, hundreds of times, Psalm 83, which you'll find in the Old Testament. Abbas called on Arabs and Muslims to visit Jerusalem in the face of what he called Israel's accelerated efforts to Judaize the city. The PA president accused Israel of surrounding Jerusalem with an apartheid wall. and a band of settlements in order to isolate the city from its surrounding in the West Bank. Now this becomes significant because there is a wall surrounding or keeping the Palestinians out of the Israeli territories. And the reason why they put this up is because there were a lot of attacks coming from the Gaza Strip into Israel proper, killing Israel's citizens. So Israel in defense put up this wall, and this becomes very significant because in Ezekiel chapter 38, you will find out that the attack, that war, will come when there is no bars, gates, or walls. So obviously that tells us that there will be no Ezekiel war until the walls are gone. So we know that the only thing that could bring that to fruition is that if there was an attack against Israel by the nations listed in the Psalm War, and then they won't need the 320-mile, 20-foot high wall anymore. They could take it down, thinking that they're now secured and setting the precedent for the Ezekiel chapter 38 war to follow. So just about all this news becomes relevant at this point. Abbas slammed Israeli authorities for setting up barriers preventing the Palestinians from entering Jerusalem without almost impossible to obtain permits. He implored Arabs and Muslims from other countries to visit Jerusalem if they can. This move will have a political, moral, economic, and humanitarian repercussions showing that Jerusalem belongs to all of us. And this has become a major issue, and it has become a burdensome stone for all people, just like Zechariah 12:3 said. And no one can stop us from accessing it. Well, obviously that will be the case in Psalm 83 when the Muslims try to get what they can't get through a peace negotiation. They'll make moves to try to wipe Israel out, and that will be the end of that. So you have, again, briefly, just news pointing to Zechariah 12:3, and it is in our face almost daily. Now we are running out of time. And by these prophecies and the other prophecies which I listed today at my site, you'll know for sure we have entered in the final days of the last days. And soon this world will be taken into a 7-year tribulation period that if you're left behind, you're going to wish that you listened to the voice of the Holy Spirit. So for now, just remember what you were told about Zechariah 12:3. Keep your eyes on Israel. Keep your eyes on this city, because this is where the brunt of the prophecies are going to be taking place that will kick off the last prophecies that will lead this world into the 7-year tribulation.